Hello there, everyone. My name's Andrew.
And I'm Kassy.
And this is the Culips English Podcast. Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Culips. This is Catch Word, the series for intermediate and advanced English learners, where we teach you idioms, phrasal verbs, and expressions that will help you improve your English listening and speaking. Today, I'm joined by my co-host, Kassy. Hey, Kassy.
Hey, Andrew, and hi, listeners. So, everyone, this episode is all about good working relationships. And we're going to be teaching you two wonderful expressions that you can use to talk about getting along well and working well with other people.
Sounds great. And listeners, there's a study guide and transcript for this episode that's available for all Culips members. It's an awesome way to learn with this episode. And to get it, you just need to visit our website, culips.com, sign up, and become a member.
Yeah, there are even some free study guide examples on our website too. So if you want to check them out for free, you can do that at culips.com as well.
Exactly. And to find them on our website, everyone, just select the study guide samples option from the membership menu and you'll be good to go.
And before we begin our episode, we also want to give a shout out to one of our listeners from the Philippines, Trixie Ann, who recently left us a comment and review. Trixie Ann wrote, I usually listen to your podcast on Spotify, and I'm super thankful because I've learned a lot from you guys, and you deserve 5 stars. Love from the Philippines.
Thank you for that amazing review and for your support, Trixie Ann. And thanks, of course, to all of you out there who are liking and commenting, reviewing, rating, and subscribing to Culips. So much work. All of these things help us a ton and allow other English learners from around the world to find us and connect with us, and we really do appreciate it. Okay, Kassy, let's get started with this episode. As you mentioned at the top of the show, we're going to be talking today about good working relationships, and we're going to take a look at 2 verbs that have a very similar meaning. Those 2 verbs are to gel and to click. And we use them both when we're talking about working with other people. It could just be like a one-on-one situation. Like Kassy, maybe I could say that you and I really gel well together. We get along well. We work well together. Could also be a team situation. If you're working with a team and getting along with a team really well, then we can use them there as well. So we're going to break down these 2 expressions and give everyone the details and some examples of how you can use them in a real life conversational situation. And I think we should jump right in and start with the first expression, which is to click. To click. And if 2 people click, or if you click with a group of people, it just means that you immediately start to work well together. You like each other, you have a good relationship. Another expression that we use is that you're on the same page, which means you have a kind of similar viewpoint or a similar perspective or a similar goal. And this is what it means to click. It means just to have a good working relationship with other people. Kassy, what comes to mind when you think of clicking with someone else?
If 2 people click, then that means that they don't have a lot of miscommunications. They greet each other and they can get things done. They mesh well, they gel, they click.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think of too. It's almost like, when you're maybe doing up your jacket or something and you have a buckle and you have 2 opposite ends of the buckle and you push them together and it makes a clicking sound, right? It's kind of like snaps into place. It goes click. That's what I think of. It's like you have 2 different parts that are joining together and it produces that clicking sound. I think that's a good metaphor for this expression because it's like you have 2 different people or multiple different people and they're all coming together to have the same mindset, same attitude, and have a good working relationship with each other. They click.
I can say also I use this phrase a lot. Do you feel like you use this on the regular, Andrew?
Yeah, it's really common. I use it all the time when I'm talking about my own life and working with other people, when I see other people that work well together, even like other couples, like not in a work situation, but if it's like a boyfriend and a girlfriend or a husband and a wife or whatever, a couple that really has a great relationship, you could say, oh, they really click, they really get along well. I also use it when I'm talking about sports. My hockey team, my favorite hockey team, they're not clicking or they are clicking. These days, they're not clicking very much. They're not playing as a unit very well together. So yeah, I use it all the time.
Well, let's take a listen to some examples so we can hear what this phrase sounds like in an everyday conversation.
Yeah, let's do it. So, how was your first day at work?
It was great. My team seems really friendly and everyone was really nice.
What about your boss? What's she like?
She's really nice too. We clicked right away and we even ate lunch together. I think I'm going to really like working at this company.
So in that example, we just heard two friends talking about a first day at work. And usually this is a pretty stressful situation, starting a new job, meeting all your new coworkers, meeting your new boss. But it seemed to go all right because this friend had a good first day at work. Her team was really friendly and nice. And she even said that she clicked with her boss and they ate lunch together. So when you click with someone, you just have a very good relationship right from the start. You get along well, everything is smooth and easy and not awkward at all.
Yeah, she must have gave a really good first impression.
Sounds like it. Kassy, let's listen to our second example with this expression.
Okay. So, how did you do on the team project? I got an A+.
What? I barely passed. I got a C.
Ouch, what happened?
My partner was terrible. We never really clicked, and he was super lazy.
That's such a bummer. How about we work together next time?
That would be way better. Let's do it.
Okay, in this example, we had two classmates talking about their recent team project, and one classmate was not happy with his grade because he had a terrible working relationship with his partner. They didn't click. They couldn't work well together. His partner was really lazy, and as a result, they got a bad grade.
Yeah, and I like this example, Kassy, because it shows us how to use this expression in a negative way when you don't click with someone. And I feel like that's just as common as saying that you click with someone, right? Some people we just naturally get along with, and some people we just naturally don't get along with. And if we're describing that situation, then we could say, oh, we don't click, or I don't click with that person. So they're both very common, the positive and the negative form of this expression. Perfect. So I think we are ready to move on to expression number 2 for today, which, to be honest, Kassy, has almost exactly the same feeling and meaning for me. I don't think there is too much difference in meaning between these two expressions, so it'll be easy for everyone to learn in that regard. The second expression for today is to gel. To gel. Now, personally, I spell this as G-E-L, but I saw on the internet that some people also spell it as J-E-L-L, and that is acceptable as well. Yeah, according to the dictionary, J-E-L-L is acceptable spelling, so listeners, you can choose.
Wow, I've never heard that.
Yeah, okay. I was going to ask you, Kassy, how you spell it, but I guess you go with G-E-L as well.
I do, yeah.
Okay. So maybe then that is a good lesson for us. Kassy and I are both on the same page. We are gelling over the spelling of this expression. So we both spell it G-E-L. But Kassy, could you break it down and tell us what it means if you gel well with someone else? What does that mean?
Yeah, it's really similar to click. It means if you gel, it means you work well together, or if a group of people have a really good working relationship. I always think of like hair gel when this comes to mind. Hair gel is very smooth and, like flows through your hair. So if you're gelling together, your relationship is really smooth and it brings you all together and makes your hairdo look nice. Your group does well.
Yeah, I have a similar image in my mind when I think of this expression. It's like if you were to have hair gel or some other liquid, and maybe you had, a little bit in one hand and a little bit in the other hand, and then if you combined your hands together, that gel would just go from two lumps of gel into one, right? It would combine really easily. It's almost like that image I was talking about with click, when you have two ends of a buckle and you push them together and they click. It's like two things becoming one. So I think that's the metaphor here. It just means when we say that, a team gels or some people gel, it means that they are working well together, getting along well, and they just have a great working relationship or a great relationship with each other.
On that note, let's take a listen to our first example conversation.
Let's do it. This game is incredible.
Right? So fun to watch.
And the team looks great out there. They're really playing well.
I think the last road trip really helped them to gel. They've been excellent since then. The game is going to start back up again. I'm going to go grab a snack real quickly. Do you need anything?
No, I'm good. So in this example, we heard two friends hanging out at a sports game, and during a little break in the action, a break in the action is what we call a pause during the game. So maybe if it's at the end of the half or the quarter or the period, or if there's a TV timeout for a TV commercial, sometimes the games pause for a minute or two. They're having a quick conversation in that pause in the middle of the game. And they're talking about how well their favorite team is playing. They look excellent. They're really gelling. So it means that the team is playing very well together as a whole team, not just the individual players, but as a unit. They really have all come together to play as one. Now, Kassy, we also heard another interesting expression in that example, which was a road trip. And in North American sports, this is a really common thing to talk about, but I'm not so sure in other countries because, North America is very big, but if you come from a small country, then maybe this is not so common. What does it mean when we talk about a sports team going on a road trip?
Just traveling by car or bus or van.
Or airplane, if they're professionals.
Honestly, yes. Between two very long distances. So maybe going from one stadium to the next or one arena to the next.
Yeah, exactly. In professional sports in North America, usually teams will play 5 or 6 games at home in their city, and then they will travel and do a road trip and visit 5 or 6 other cities and play away games in opposing teams' stadiums. And that's usually how it works, at least for the sports that I watch, like hockey and basketball. Why don't we listen to one more example with this expression, to gel?
Are you going to come to the study group tonight?
I don't think so. I think I might quit the group, actually.
Really? Why?
I just never really gelled with any of the other members. I think I'm just going to study alone or look for another group.
Really? That's too bad. Well, we'll miss you, but good luck. I hope you can find a group you feel more comfortable with.
Thanks.
In this example, we have two friends or classmates who talk about their study group that they used to be in together, but one friend has decided to quit. And he decides to do this because he doesn't gel with any of the other members. This is similar to example 2 when we talked about to click. We said that you can talk about people working well together, they click, or people not working well together, they don't click. Likewise, you can do the same thing with gel. If people gel, they work really well together, and if they don't gel, then they don't work well together, like in this example.
Another way that we can talk about this kind of situation is with the word chemistry, right? When we're talking about people working together or having just a good connection, we could say, oh, they have chemistry. We use this a lot when we're talking about romantic relationships, actually, especially if you're dating and you're in the early stages of dating. You know, maybe you go on a first date and you don't click or don't gel, and then the relationship is over. You don't go on a second date. But if there's chemistry, right, there's like a good feeling between the couple, then maybe they'll go on a second or third date. We could also use this expression chemistry to talk about a situation like this. There was no chemistry among the study group. The one member didn't gel with the other members. He didn't feel any chemistry there, so he decided to quit that group.
I can say that this has happened to me personally at least 1 or 2 times, trying to join several groups, being like, not for me.
Yeah, I think that's natural. I think everybody can relate to both of these feelings of clicking or gelling with other people, and also not clicking or not gelling or not feeling any chemistry with other people, for sure. It's a part of life. It's human nature. Well, everyone, that brings us to the end of this episode. So thank you for listening all the way through, and you can pat yourself on the back for doing a great job studying English today. Just to recap what we covered, we looked at 2 very similar expressions that are used to talk about good relationships with other people. They are to click and to gel. And of course, we can also use the negative versions, to not click or to not gel, to talk about not getting along very well with other people. If you enjoy listening to Culips and you learn a lot with us, then we would love it if you could support us. The best way to do that is to sign up and become a Culips member on our website, culips.com. But that's not the only way that you can help us out. You could also follow us on social media, tell your friends who are learning English to check out Culips, or to leave us a 5-star rating and a kind review on Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast application. That's it for us for now, but we'll be back soon with another brand new episode, and we'll talk to you then. Goodbye.
See ya.